I started recording. Hello, everyone. This is a late exec meeting. Seth had a little bit of car issues, so we're just going to try and do the most we can. My updates, presidency, are just keeping in touch with Nick LeMay, our LC, working out on how to do initiation, which most likely we're going to be looking for in a virtual initiation, which is our current best option, but we can also have some hybrids of where like only some exec members can be part of it and maybe one representative of the pledge class and the rest can be on Zoom. We also talked about, Colin and Seth and I talked about having, inviting alumni to that Zoom call as well for initiation. We will still need, one distinct alumni to be part of that initiation process. So that's what we are looking into for regards to initiation. In terms of MEMED for me, those guys, I'm going to be working with them on their study guide. I sent it out to them, and now I think my assignment for them will be going through a practice exam. I'll be working that with them on Monday. And then the rest of that week is just them studying and trying to get their things done. Yeah, big preffing happened. All bigs said yes to those that I asked about, which is nice. I'm still thinking about how we should be able to go about that, and I need to brainstorm some ideas on that. So if we have any ideas of how to incorporate a big little reveal, I'm all ears. Other than that, please reach out to those guys still, and other brothers. We need to still try to be connected through this time. I think for our overall goal as exec would be just to get the 5-star goals done. I will probably send another link into our group chat of what all of those are, but I've already had us complete 2 of them, which was one of our scholarship ones. Oh gosh, that's backwards for my version. Anyways, it says honor rolls, which would be at the end of the semester. We'll probably do the Texas Roadhouse kind of thing of anyone that is on the dean's list will receive an honor, will receive Texas Roadhouse rolls as like your, accomplishment. And then an academic scholarship, which we already did with Therese. If he maintains a 3.5, I think we're gonna cover half of his dues. For pledge, all that pledge stuff and nationals. But if he gets a 4.0, then it'll be a full coverage of all the national stuff. But we can obviously talk about that a little bit more. But that's the idea behind it. I set up the Charity Miles campaign and I made a band post about it. I also included a video of how to set up Charity Miles as the app and the Strava account to go along with it. So please check that post out because it'll help you be able to do it. We are going to be using one account, which is through our ATO Gmail account. That allows us to, anytime that we're all doing mileage and we're counting that up, it all goes towards one profile. And we're doing one Charity Miles campaign instead of everyone doing individually. So just to recap, the goal is 1,000 miles spread amongst all of us, which is about 50 miles or so per person. And we have until May 1st to do that. So it's honestly, I think it's a lot of time, which gives us a lot of room to complete that really easily because I did 250 miles in the summer. So that was only about 3 months. And I raised roughly about $250 myself. So the goal is $1,000. So if people donate 1 cent per mile, that's $10. And if we can get 100 people to donate just $10, then guess what? We have probably the most successful philanthropy that we've had in most recent years. Ideally, with this Charity Mile campaign, I'd like it to kind of lead up to a 5K run/walk, either in Fairview or as Colin, Seth, and I talked about on Millikin's campus, some type of like little course type of thing. But I'd like to do that in the spring, theoretically, as kind of like our build up and then getting us all set up for that. Small business awareness, I think it's not until November, Small Business Saturday. The idea behind that one is to have a social media campaign I will be asking guys on what's your favorite Decatur local small business, and then one business back home in the weeks to come of Small Business Saturday. That'll be a social media campaign. Parapros leadership experiences. After the midterm, I'm going to have all the parapros this semester give a little like experience lecture on what they've learned about becoming a parapro and their experiences. That'll be after midterms during a chapter meeting, most likely. ATO for Life presentation. I know Seth has previously had a couple testimonies from a few different members, alumni. I would like to expand that list and kind of like get a few more alumni on our Facebook giving their presentations for ATO for Life and what that means. The Love Language Project, which is also Austin Catton's kind of pet project. I would like that to also incorporate probably the 36 questions thing that I've talked about with him, or at least continuing the Love Language Project and making sure that we complete that, because I think that could be done pretty quickly. Men's mental health / COVID Zoom. I'd like to get a member from a student. Oh gosh, it's like the little minute clinic for Millikin's campus that also has oh my gosh, drawing a blank on the names. It's not therapists, but maybe it is. I forget the names. Point being, getting a representative from one of them to talk about men's mental health, or even just mental health during COVID. You can't really see it, but health and safety handbook on how to keep the chapter running safely. Ideally, I'd like to have us once a month be adding like a page to that booklet of previous experiences amongst other chapters of how they got shut down and how we can avoid that. Also promoting our health and safety guidelines. Bystander intervention for COVID edition. Again, I'd probably like to have Christian or even Justin Craig lead some of those presentations of how to stay safe during the pandemic. Relationships, staff appreciation campaign. I'm going to probably be doing that with Seth on how we can do a campaign for ATO. Obviously, we're thinking the Gators. I'd like to actually probably order those Gators and then do a staff appreciation campaign, probably maybe even doing it once a month. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. That's what we need to do for exec, of like how we're going to run the staff appreciation campaign. And then a virtual homecoming. I was going to leave David up to that, but also Andrew. We were thinking about the happy hours. Seth talked to Harrison, and he's down for that idea as well. So getting alumni to meet with us and just kind of, hang out. And then lastly, recruitment UC campaign, which is just kind of having our own pictures of like promoting any kind of like great works or whatnot, or even just posters about ATO and living well. Chapter builder presentation. I'm going to re-sign up for another chapter builder presentation webinar, and then I'd like to learn most of that, and then I can present that to chapter, how to use it. I have completed my Fired Up campaign, or not campaign, I've completed my Fired Up certification. If you just want to get it done, it does probably only take about the 2 hours, but I was reading up on all the material, all the wonderful material that they have. So was on that, went really, really well. And yeah, I'm excited to have you guys all learn the Fired Up campaign, because we get $1,000 off of our finances, as well as we become a much more aware of how to do our recruitment. Other than that, I think that's all that's from me. Hope you all are staying safe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for chapter.